Peace. This is White Raptor News Ministries. How is everybody doing? All praise and glory to the mighty Most High. I know it's been a while since I've done any videos. I don't know why. Spiritually under attack. Been doing a lot of worshiping, that's for sure, and praising and asking for forgiveness of my sins, and hopefully doing what's required of me to find salvation. So here we're at Leviticus 15. The Lord said to Moses, the Lord, we all know that the Lord is 3068. Okay, this is the Strong's Concordance, and the definition is eternal. Okay, self-existing, eternal, self-existing, eternal creator. Okay, the Israelites call him Yahweh. Those in the province of Jerusalem today call him Jehovah. Okay, so here you have two different names. So that anytime you got to understand the point of singularity, the supreme creator, the one, the all, the almighty, the one that says that there's no gods next to him, okay, has one name. And folks, nobody on this plane of existence knows it. Okay? This is why the one says that you're not to invoke the names of other gods or have them heard across your lips. Also, Yahweh, it says in 15:3 of Exodus, it says Yahweh is a man. And we know in 23:19 of Numbers, it says that God is not a man. It says Yahweh is a man, and then God is not a man. So this channel here questions what the God is of this Bible today. Who is the God? I know without a question of a doubt that there is a supreme creator. And I know through Revelations what's being said, that is this supreme one, the Almighty, created a body. It created a body of spiritual bodies, okay? The Creator's up here. He created good and evil down here. The Creator's up here. He created divine beings. Those divine beings call themselves God. And God is 430 of the Strong's Concordance. Lord, here, the definition for Lord in the Bible and the definition for God are two different meanings. One is supposed to be eternal. This one here, this God here, the definition is used of the supreme creator. You see, this one here, the supreme, the eternal uses this God here, these gods. These are gods. Okay? Not gods. Okay? But gods with an S, multiple. This here, 430, is plural of Eloah. Okay? So whenever you're talking about plural, we always got to run to Numbers. (23:19) says, God is not a man. Okay, this God here that's used, these gods here that are used are in God we trust. What are you entrusting in? money. You're entrusting in the dollar bill. Okay? This one up here, the supreme, existing, eternal creator, he has nothing to do with money. He has nothing to do with women. And he has nothing to do with power. This one up here, it gives it all. It does it all. It gave these gods down here power to be used. Okay? Used of the supreme creator. All right? Good. Good stuff right there. No one teaches this Bible as well as I teach it today. There's no one on the internet that's teaching the Bible what's being said. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, speak to the Israelites. Again, Israelites. Always the Israelites. Israel. We have a Trinity possibly here. Just pointing it out to you. Trinity. A Trinity here. This could be the Isis god. Which is what? Female goddess. Ra here is the sun god. Or the sun. And then El you have is the supreme. Okay, El is 410 in the Strong's Concordance. Okay, so these gods have all kinds of different meanings. Also, God is 26, I think it's 12, 26, 12 or 26, 16 or 26, 19 maybe. I could be wrong, I don't know. But I do know that also God means magistrate. Okay? Now, the God of the Old Testament is Elohim. But the God of the New Testament are theos and magistrates, which is a big difference to understand. Okay? So Israel could also be a trinity. Why would I say such a thing? Because theirs is of the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That could be a trinity. Okay, and Jacob was turned to Israel. Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when any man has an unusual bodily discharge, which sounds disgusting. Wow. Let's talk about spiritual regeneration. Let's talk about how we can become closer with the Spirit of God. Huh? Why do we got to talk about discharges and shit? Sorry, folks. You should, if I could show you what I got my this all set up on. It's funny. It's kind of funny. I have a vacuum cleaner box, accessory box. I have an overnight suitcase, a cushion, a bucket, a sitting pad, and my dictionary, and then a box. It's funny. So maybe I'll show you after this lesson. So Jacob was changed to Israel. Also the Israel are the elites, and they're also the only ones that are light. The melanated man are the children of light. Okay? Such as a discharge that is unclean, whether it continues flowing from his body or is blocked, it will make him unclean. This is how his discharge will bring about uncleanliness. Any bed that the man with the discharge lies on will be unclean. Anyone who touches his bed must wash their clothes and bathe with water, and they will be unclean until evening. For whoever sits on anything that the man with discharge sat on must wash their clothes and bathe in water, and they will be unclean till evening. Whoever touches a man with discharge must wash their clothes and bathe with water. They will be unclean till evening. This stuff is just completely ridiculous. Everything the man sits on when riding will be unclean, and whoever touches any of these things that are under him will be unclean till evening. Whoever picks up those things must wash their clothes and bathe with water. They will be unclean till evening. Anyone the man with the discharge touches without rinsing his hands with water must wash their clothes, and they will be unclean until evening. Well, I have any man with a discharge who touches another man without rinsing his hands with water, the person is unclean. If somebody had a discharge and everything, why would they go around and or touch anybody? Why would somebody do that? Doesn't sound, again, this is all garbage, man. We know when a person's healthy. You know what this is? It's the indoctrination to the World Health Organization. Okay? Because before there were doctors, what were there? There were priests. Priests, people who are priests equals 666. Priest has 6 letters in the spelling. When you add the sum of the word priest, it comes to 69. 6 plus 9 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. And a priest is a man. Okay? It's not a human, it's a man. There's a difference between man and mankind. When you add the sum of the word mankind, mankind comes to 66. Mankind was created on the 6th day of creation. A clay pot the man touches, any clay pot that the man touches must be broken, and any wood article is to be rinsed with water. When a man is cleansed from his discharge, he is to count off 7 days for his ceremonial cleansing. He must wash and come before the Lord at the tent of meetings and give them to the priests. The priest is to sacrifice them, the one for the sin offering and the other for a burnt offering. In this way, he will make atonement before the Lord, for the man because of his discharge. Again, if the Spirit of Jesus is telling you himself that he wasn't sent as anything more than a messenger. He wasn't sent, Jesus himself wasn't sent to atone anybody for their sins. Okay? So no priest or no man or anybody can atone another man for their sins if the Spirit, the self-existing eternal one, is telling us that we must seek him first. Seek ye first, and all things shall be added on to you. So atonement can't be made from anybody on this plane of existence. Stop putting your trust in man. 3:4, let God be true and all men liars. That's Romans 3:4. When a man has an admission of semen, he must bathe his whole body with water and will be unclean until evening. Any clothing or leather that has semen on it must be washed with water, and it will be unclean till evening. When a man has sexual relations with a woman and there is an admission of semen, both of them must bathe with water, and they will be unclean until evening. So this is really important for you to understand as well. What's going on here is right here, when a man has an admission of semen, they're at this point in time, as you notice, they change from when a man has sexual relationships. So when a man has an admission of semen, this is him masturbating. Either that or a woman committing sodomy on him. So, yes, folks, by the way, oral sex is, according to the Bible, a no-no. And I never knew that all my life. I never correlated sodomy with oral sex. Okay, oral sex is supposed to not be taking place. Okay, to be washed with water, and it will be unclean till evening. When a man has sexual relationships with a woman, they're unclean till the evening. When a woman has her regular flow of blood, the impurity of her monthly period will last 7 days, and anyone who anything she lies on during her period will be unclean, and anything she sits on will be unclean. Anyone who touches her bed will be unclean. They must wash their clothes and bathe in water. Okay? So these are the laws of a man with discharge. Okay, I'm going to cut this one short because I have a rant that I'm getting ready to do, and we're going to talk a little bit about our government. So, all praise and glory to the mighty Most High. Peace to all those children that serve the supreme point of singularity, the force, the Torah field that moves all things in place, the supreme, almighty. Peace. This is White Raptor News Ministries.